Hello and welcome at this episode of Limitless Talking About. I'm talking to Monica de Leeuw, whom I met during a visibility challenge that we both did. And yeah, I felt a connection with her. So I was really looking forward to having her in my podcast. Monica, hi, can you please
Hi,
tell
Erna.
us a bit about who you are? What are you doing?
Oh, do you have a moment?
Yeah, well, I've got lots
Lots
of
to tell.
moments.
Yeah, when we start talking, we really keep on talking about the sharing and how, yeah. And yeah, that visibility challenge we did made it possible that I'm now sitting here and talking to you.
Yeah, it's
That
amazing, huh?
challenge and went through, and that's how we became acquainted to each other. And what I do at the moment is I am an artist. I became an artist, and I do intuitive painting, like you see behind me. That's really intuitive painting.
I'm so intrigued by the painting.
It just right before we started, all of a sudden I changed the painting behind me, and I think the dragon just wanted to come through. So there was a child that did see a dragon in it, but it's the dragon energy, it's the frequency. And that's all about intuitive painting, the frequency in the paint, in the colors, in what you want to ignite in your life. And through painting, through the intuitive painting I've been doing now for about 8 years. Before that I painted in another way. I realized that I can calibrate with colors. That's a year ago. I came to my ability to calibrate with colors. Well, what is that?
I was just going to ask, what is calibrating with colors?
Well, the nice part is to know the word calibration. More and more intuitive people and spiritual people are talking about calibrating, to calibrate your life, to calibrate where you are and to go on to the next level. And that life keeps doing that. Life keeps giving you new possibilities to
next
get to a
levels and
next level of knowing yourself. That's
yeah.
the journey, getting to know ourselves, who we really are.
So could you compare it to like a game where you play levels and levels and just you level up and
like the
the
Super
game?
Mario of
Yeah,
Nintendo.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah,
you're playing your life, right?
yeah, yeah. And yeah, and when I was I also hear my guides. I am guided through my life from the moment I remember that I live in this life. And my guides woke me up during the night and said, "You can call your art calibration art." And I thought, well, what's that? What's the meaning of that? Calibration art. Okay. So I first had to learn what calibrating is. To calibrate, yeah, I know from the nature natuurkunde, science.
Yeah,
What
physics
calibration
and
is.
science. Yeah.
But to do that with paint and on another level, yeah. And I just started. And where did I start? I started in a group of beautiful soul sisters I am with now for about almost 2 years. I found Sigrid from Heerwaarde. She lives in the Netherlands, and she has her own company doing, bringing groups of people together to co-create together. So she's really I wouldn't say teacher, but she helps co-create. She helps up leveling, and she does that for herself too.
So she would be more like a mentor to you?
Yeah, mentor.
A
That's the
mentor,
word.
yeah.
That's the word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a teacher and a student are always, the balance is very important. The teacher and the student, and that's what I also feel with her. She's my mentor, but I am also her mentor, and the other soul sisters, as we could call each other, all over the world.
Yeah.
It's so different.
All over the world, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, we do it in English. So yeah, that's why I am also a bit capable of doing it in English now too, because we both are Dutch.
Yes, we are. We are.
So, and then I started to practice my calibration art with my soul sister. And there was this one woman in the States. She had breast cancer and she needed radiation therapy. And she said, I know I need to do this, although I want to heal myself in the holistic way.
Yeah.
But I do need to do the radiation therapy. And I asked guidance of the whole group to guide me. And then I said, well, would you like to pick some colors and that I do the calibration art for you? She said, yes. And that's how it started.
Oh, wow.
She picked 3 colors. I have the paint all on the table now. It's still not very professional, but well, what is professional?
Yeah.
Still finding my way.
It comes from your heart, and you know, by doing it, you exactly.
Yeah, so it was I did the painting immediately. I sent her by mail the picture of the painting, and she made a copy of it and has that with her. Also the screensaver of her phone. She has that image, had that image all the time with her, and it went well. She really recovered.
Wow.
Yeah. And that was the first one. And then I think I've already done about 50, but yeah.
Nice. So you have people pick 3 colors, and it doesn't matter what.
It started with 3, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then you
My
just.
guides also tell me how many colors, or and first I have for about a half hour or a little bit more a Zoom call with somebody if you're not in the neighborhood, and I have that all over the world, even New Zealand.
Nice.
And, yeah, so that's so great, and that's well good of this opportunity of
long live internet and long live Zoom and Skype and Teams and whatever.
Yeah, and so I do the Zoom, and I have through all my life, and that's why we are doing this podcast too, because how did I come here?
Yep.
That's another story. So we're at the end now, and I love cliffhangers.
Yeah, me too. So stay tuned for part 2 and 3.
Yeah.
No, go on. Sorry.
No, I love this. It's no interruption, you know, it's the interaction between us, and and you know, there in my mind I see so many, I think in pictures, so I get this picture, I get this picture, I get that, oh, that's nice too, and then I have to calibrate on what do I really want to tell here. What is really important right now. So yeah, the calibration art is very important, but how did I get to do this? Because it's really unique the way I do it.
It is.
Yeah, I know.
I've been sort of searching on the internet about calibration art, but you don't find that many. Yeah, hardly actually. You were the only one that I found. Well, here in the Netherlands, at least.
Well, all over the planet, I'm the only one that calls it calibration art. But there are many artists that paint intuitively and also use their art intuitively.
Yeah.
And also paint for people and for the reason to up-level somebody, or to like I did for that first lady, to give her the guidance and the assurance that it's okay, that she was being protected in that radiation therapy.
Exactly.
So that's there are more.
I also use intuitive painting, not painting, but more drawing, with crayons, with like the soft pastel crayons. And I have this box right next to me with a lot of colors, and I don't even look at them when I pick it's just, you know, and also the things that I draw are, I don't think about it. It just happens. Once I had a drawing that resembled a lotus flower. just out of the blue. I didn't even know it until I stopped drawing, and then I saw it. And the lady it was a present for someone, and the lady I gave it to, she was in tears because she said, "Oh my God, is that a lotus flower?" And I said, "Yeah, it looks like it." And then she told me about a friend of hers that had just passed, and their thing was a lotus flower.
Wow.
So that
I have
was,
goosebumps
but you
all
know,
over.
but that's yeah, yeah, me, yeah. When she told me, I cried, and still I'm like, okay, blink a little bit more because yeah, yeah, because that was really, really powerful. But that's a whole different way of using colors. And for me, it's not, I don't know if I can call it calibration, because I do use it now with my clients as a starting point of how their energy is when they start with me. And then when we're done, I'll make another drawing and then see what the difference is, so
Well,
that
there
they
is a
can,
form of calibrating you are doing. It's a mix of the intuitive and the intuitive art and the calibration. But um, what I do is really getting to the point what needs to be calibrated to get to the next
next
level,
level. Yeah,
to make
exactly.
that
Yeah,
foundation.
that's,
What is the foundation? And uh, till now, I also invite people now if they live in the neighborhood or can come over here. And
yeah.
yes, I have the lady from New Zealand over here live.
Yes.
That was
That was
that,
amazing, I can imagine,
that
huh?
was so amazing to get. We really knew each other through the Zoom for a year. We had shared a lot, but then live, it's
Yeah, you could
yeah,
actually physically touch her and talk to
yeah,
her, eh?
yeah.
Oh,
And right now she's
amazing.
leaving. She's almost in her plane. Yeah. And that is
Oh,
so strange, but we know now when we see each other live, we know more than if you only know each other through the Zoom.
yeah, true.
You also look very different when you see each other live, because in the Zoom, when we look on a screen or a photo or in the mirror, it's 2D.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It
Yeah.
is.
So that was
Oh,
also fun. But that's that. But anyway, um, uh, she knew, and also the others that I did calibrating for knew what they wanted to have calibrated. You
yeah,
know, or sometimes they have no clue what they want, and then my guides just lead me to ask the right questions,
yeah,
and then we'll get to what needs to be calibrated. That just goes with ease.
yeah,
And how did I get there? How did I get to
yeah.
be
How?
so sure of myself to know what to say, what to do?
Yeah, because that's
And
always the question, eh? Am I just imagining things? Is this real? And so
yeah,
tell us.
where did it start?
Yeah.
Ah, if I look back in my life, it's the assurance that I have always known that there are angels, and that God isn't not someone standing there or sitting on the throne, but is in us.
Yeah.
And then you learn in your life. I've been brought up Catholic, and you learn that God is there, and you need to pray like this, and you need to say the prayers, and I was, as a young child, already thinking, does that make sense? It doesn't, but it needed to make sense. So
Yeah.
like we all, I was put into those boxes.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was this moment that I was very close also to Mary, Mother Mary, as we call her, to that
Yeah.
energy. But I was very, very in tune to that energy. And then when I was 12 years old, I had lived as a child from 9 to my 12th, yeah, in the States, because my father had his business there, his work there. And when we came back, I had to stay with an aunt, and till we had our home for I think, I don't know the time, a month or so. And then I couldn't sleep since I was 5. I could hardly sleep during the night. So I was awake. I was a lot talking to angels and with not knowing, it was so normal for me, not knowing that not everybody was doing it at that time.
Yeah.
Now children, almost all children are doing that. But yeah. So Mother Mary came to me and said, you are going to do a lot for me. And you know, I had seen the movie The Holy Bernadette from in the Pyrenees from say the word, where is it? Well, anyway, I had seen that movie and I thought, whoa, I can't do that. That's too much for me. So I was thinking of doing that.
Yeah, exactly. You were going that way already. Yeah.
I knew I had a task to do for her, that she was guiding me. So I went downstairs to my aunt and I said, I'm being visited by Mother Mary and I need to do the work for her. And she said, don't be silly. Go back to bed. She doesn't exist and it's not true.
Yeah.
Well, what do you do when you're 12 years old and you can't sleep and you really see that bright light there in your room, and then what do you do?
Yeah.
You say, sorry. It's scary.
Scary. Yeah,
scary.
Exactly.
So scary. Yeah. So I closed. And something changed in my DNA.
Yeah.
At that moment.
Yeah, it can happen fast.
I know that now. I didn't know that then.
Then no.
But then from that moment on, my physical being, my body, my health started going down. I started migraine attacks, liver problems, all sorts of things. Then in my 20s, my back started to give problems. And I got, in my 30s, I got a melanoma on my face.
Oh.
All other stories, but so many things, physical things were happening.
Yeah.
I was also very in tune with horses from my 13th. When I shut this down for Mary, the horses came into my life.
Yeah.
And they, talking with the horses, communicating with the animals was also very natural for me, but also not normal.
No.
And why am I telling this all? Because when I was 36 and the melanoma was here and I lost my third horse, I had my own horses at that time, and within 2 years I had to let go of every time 10 months the horse was living with me.
No.
Then I had to put it down or died, and then the third I had to put it down. And I was really, then I started to say, hey, Hail Mary, full of grace. I don't even remember it now. It's just coming back again.
Yeah.
Maria, you know, the prayer for Mary. I hadn't used that all the time.
All those years?
Coming in all those years, I hadn't used it. And it came in and I felt a blue light coming around me. I felt a lot of love coming around me, like a big blanket of warmth.
Oh, and I'm getting goosebumps.
Yeah. And then I had brought my horse to the slaughter. That was in that time, the slaughter. And there was a man who he knew how difficult this was for me. So he had been standing with the horse to be sure that it was slaughtered there and not taken to France or anything. Yeah, that was also in that time. Yeah. So he came back to the car and he thought I would be screaming. I would be out of but I was just sitting there full of peace. Full of grace. Full of grace.
Wow.
And then my life shifted because I found I was a medical technologist. I did cytology. I knew a lot about the cells. So I also knew about my melanoma, how bad that was, but I survived. And I started my education to food reflexology.
Yeah.
In Amsterdam. I needed to go by train. I was very afraid of trains, but I needed to travel by train. I needed to let go of my children, have somebody else take care of them when I went to Amsterdam to do my study. And why did I do that? Because my daughter had migraine attacks from birth. Yeah. And so a few during the week. So especially during the night, I was always taking care of her. And then so I knew maybe through the feet I can help her. And I did. It really helped a lot. But
Did she sort of take over the migraines from you? Was it like generational?
Yeah, my grandmother's also. It's really an ancestor thing on our lineage. You call it? Yeah. That's true. Yeah. And so I started that study, and because I was already a medical technologist, I knew a lot about the body and the cells and everything. And then I learned to see that through the feet, but what I also discovered was the healing hands I have and the knowledge, the wisdom that just comes through. When I was a medical technologist looking through the microscope, and when I was 10 years old, I really knew, I already knew I wanted to work with a microscope, do things with a microscope. So I did, till my eyes didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, when I was looking through the microscope, looking for cancer cells, I already knew what to look for. I thought the others had that too. So many times I found a few cells hard to look to see because I knew I was looking for them.
Yeah.
That was also, I didn't know then,
but now,
So when I was doing the education for the
reflexology,
my teacher said, I said, oh, I can feel this. Oh yeah, I can feel that. She said, no, you just started. You can't feel that. You can't know that yet.
Yeah, you can.
And then I learned Reiki, and I became a Reiki master, and I did the bath remedies, and I did the etherical, and I got a whole holistic. And I started my own practice because I was doing that to help my daughter. And my daughter many times has said, Mom, because of me, you've helped a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah, she's taking credit.
And then, so those are all those stepping stones, and the synchronicity in my life became more clear and clear. And I learned also in that time to think, what do you really want?
Yeah, exactly.
My mentor was good. The teacher I had was good to learn us all the other aspects. It was not only the foot reflexology we did. It was so much more.
That's actually amazing, because you don't find that many people that are not focused only on what they teach, but have a more broader spectrum, right?
Yeah. And with many teachers, and that's why I like the word mentor better.
Yeah.
The many teachers I had, I learn, and then I know more. And that's hard for a teacher.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Unless you know that the student is your teacher too, or your mentor.
Yeah.
As long as you can see
if you're open to that. Exactly. Right. You can both grow, huh?
Yeah. But she couldn't see that. So there was a moment I needed to stop with her because she was dimming me. She was dimming my light.
Yeah.
She couldn't handle my light anymore. I know that now. It was hard at that time.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, when I started my practice as a foot reflexologist or holistic, my body, my health went down. I got flus, I got sick, my back pains. I still had my horse. I had new horses and learned a lot about those horses, but that's for another podcast, okay?
Yeah. Sounds good.
So many,
so many levels, huh?
I'm up to why the calibration art. That's the main thing, and also Mary. But then I started doing. I was called to look for Mary Magdalene. I was at this gathering, and there were books, and I was looking at the books, and I heard a voice, and I already knew that voice when that that blue blanket had come around me. I started hearing my guides.
Yeah.
I was open to that, and then I learned more and more to know that it wasn't my imagination. I was really hearing. I could see with my third eye. I can smell. I have all the
senses.
Senses, and started to, and that's what we really need to do. We need to work with them, and then they evaluate more and more. Is that the right
exactly.
word? Yeah. Is that evaluate? Is that the right
evolve,
word?
Evolve. Yeah.
Evolve. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Evolve. I still have my child English in me.
Yeah.
Just hear that word. No, that's not it. That's not the
That's not it.
frequency
No.
I'm looking for. Yeah. So I heard, look for Mary Magdalene. I thought, Mary Magdalene. She is called the whore of Jesus, but I've never seen her that way. But I've never really. I love the musical Jesus Christ Superstar, and I love singing her songs like that. Yeah, as a teenager. So I asked the lady with the books, "Do you have a book on Mary Magdalene?" She said, "That's the whore of Jesus." I said, "Well, yeah, she's called that way, but no, there are no books about her." And really, and the next day, a very dear friend of mine calls me. She said, "You know, what's the man's name called? Hans Stolp is having a lecture on Mary Magdalene."
Oh,
I said, "No."
what?
Hans Stolp is a man in Holland who used to be a preacher or pastor, and he also and he knows a lot about Latin and Greek, and also the language that the Bible was written in at the first, and the Nag Hammadi lectures and everything. So he knew a lot about that and was giving workshops or lectures on that whole day. And he found about the Mary Magdalene
amazing. Wow.
So I went with her there, and then a whole lot of new circles started coming around me, connecting with people. And then I was asked to join a circle of prayer, a bed circle. And I started that, and it was a phone circle. So someone once needs help or needs protection or needs their prayer to be more fundamental.
Founded or
celebration of the prayer. And so that was with through a phone circle. So we called each other, and then we about 13 people in our province, and all provinces had that. And it ended that I was doing for the whole of Netherlands, coordinating that. And I learned, I knew what prayer was. As a child, I could pray. I'm going back to my childhood first before all that went. I would be on my knees before I went to bed. And there was this niece that we were in the States, and there was this niece of mine. I was told that she was going to be blind. And I didn't know her very well, but I just started praying, "Please, may she see again. Please, may she see again." I just saw that happening.
Yeah.
Then when we came back to Holland, I met her and I said, "You can see?" "Yeah, I can see." "I thought you were blind." No, that was just no, they thought I was going to be blind, but I'm not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I said, "Thank you."
Yeah, exactly.
And I was always in the thank you. I did my prayer and I said, "Thank you for the help."
Yeah.
For what is possible? What is possible right now? As a child, I knew that.
Yeah.
So doing those circles of prayer, I taught also that I was a mentor for many other women. Was there a man? I think it were all women. Yeah. And I was allowed to write once in 3 months in this magazine of Hans Stolp. And then Jeshua came through with a very big message. And I wrote that message. And then they said to me, of the magazine, and Hans Stolp told me, no. And I also spoke about the angels. He said, no, we're not going to publish that. No.
That's a
So
shame.
I stopped.
Yeah.
I said, well,
Too bad for them.
yeah. And then later on, people said, you were right. You were so right. And but it was also a time for me to stop and start another part. So my search to Mary Magdalene brought me to Sigrid. So I'm back to the calibration and then the now
Again.
again.
Yeah. Wow.
Right. Yeah.
Amazing, eh?
And that's a synchronicity, looking and saying yes, yes, I am here.
Yeah.
Yes, I am, I will. And that's so
Yeah.
very important.
So
So yeah.
how can we know when there's a synchronicity and we know how to act upon it? How can people distinguish synchronicity from happenstance, or how can they know it's a synchronicity and act upon it? Because I think many people have a lot of problems with that because they're not so much in tune.
It
How can
also
they
all
come
has to
in?
do with faith and trust.
Yeah,
Trust
and
is a big,
that's
big word. And how do you learn to trust yourself? How
exactly.
do you learn to trust what are, and then you go back to learn to trust yourself. And I also did a big job on that part. What are all the things that the other people, your teachers in your life, your parents and all your teachers, all those people that have taught you something, what are their, oh no, I can't get that word, overtuiging?
Beliefs of
Beliefs. What are their
yeah,
beliefs? And what is your own belief?
yeah,
I got back to what was really my own belief, because I knew for certain what I was seeing and I was hearing.
yeah,
But then all
exactly.
those things happened that I got,
Yeah,
and I started to believe their beliefs, and I started to live to their beliefs.
yeah,
And
which
then
had
I had to
nothing
get
to
out
do
of
with your
my body helped me, my health problem, because I really got a big health problem.
yeah.
Um, um, and now not anymore that bad, but that helped me to get back to my own self and to
Yeah,
learn to trust who I am and what is
yeah,
my belief.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And that is unique for every person on earth.
yeah.
Nobody
So,
can
but
have.
that's also something that the calibration helps with, I guess.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Because, like I told that people come to me and they say, "Well, I want to calibrate," when they know what they want to calibrate on.
Yeah.
And then I already hear my guides laughing, because I know then there is something else that needs to be calibrated. And that is always so much bigger, stronger than what they think they
Thinking,
want to
yeah,
calibrate.
exactly.
And
Yeah,
then you
people
go,
people
but
probably
back
tend
to,
to. Sorry,
how do
go
you
ahead,
know,
go ahead.
how do you know it's a synchronicity or that some coincidence?
Mhm.
And a coincidence hardly exists or never exists.
Exactly.
And the moment you find that out, you look at life and um, yeah. Uh, I just got such a wonderful story a few days ago about somebody who it's so back to earth basic. Somebody who's looking for a new car, and she didn't know if she wanted this car or that car, and that color or that color. There was
Mhm.
this, you know,
Yeah.
driving to a garage to look at a car. Both the cars she would like were in front of her at the traffic lights. And one turned left and the other went straight on. She needed to turn left too.
Ah,
And that was
okay.
the car she was going to buy. Now, is that a coincidence?
I would say no. No. Yeah, I think many people would call it
It's in the
coincidence.
small things. Now, yeah, I
Yeah.
use this one because it's very fresh in my memory. And
Yeah.
yeah, how much time do you have? There's so many. Um, so that coincidence, that's not coincidence. It's also the synchronicity that I was told to ask for Mary Magdalene.
Yeah.
I woke up to her energy.
Yeah.
Next day, if I had not listened to and not asked, didn't do anything about what my guides were saying, I don't know if I would be so happy to go with my friend to that lecture
No,
about
exactly.
magnetism. I don't know. Maybe she hadn't even called me.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, we never know that.
Yeah,
But it's
even
all
if
about
you get
finding
a
your own truth.
no, then still the energy of you trying to find out why Maria Magdalena was supposed to be in your life is
I had
already
no idea at that
enough,
moment.
is already enough to get her to come to you,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah.
And that energy, the frequency she holds,
Yeah.
uh, and Mary and Joshua, for me, that's my lineage.
Yeah.
That's my lineage. And it doesn't mean that everybody needs to look for them. No,
No, no,
we
no,
all
no.
have our own lineage, and we all have our own tune coming in this earth. We came as humans, and that's what we have in common.
Yeah.
And the rest
Yeah, and
we don't.
that's
It's
the
one
end
thing
of
we
it.
have in common. We are human, and we're very special in the whole universe. We are very special as humans.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And that,
I agree.
yeah. So that synchronicity. It's also, um, you have your beliefs, and then it is also, what do you desire in your life?
Yeah.
What do you want to create in life? What do you want to co-create with each other?
Yeah.
And wow, we are learning so much in that group with Sigrid, in the groups of Sigrid,
Yeah.
doing that together and coming together 2 times a week and talking about those things and questions, really our most deepest questions.
Yeah.
Once, not to be afraid to ask them, or to feel guilty, or to feel ashamed. Shame
Yeah.
is also such a word.
That's a big one, eh? And it's, yeah, exactly.
Shame, yeah. What can we make of that to calibrate that up to
Yeah.
out of our
Yeah, because
word?
if you look at shame and fear, those frequencies are the lowest. How do you up them? How do you up your vibrations and your frequencies? Huh?
Mhm.
Lose the
Yeah,
fear, go for love and joy.
yeah. But that is also go for love and joy. Yeah, that's. But what is love? What is
Yeah,
joy?
yeah,
We are love and we are joy. That's our origin.
yeah,
And we are coming back to that origin, our stepping
yeah.
stones in life, and the synchronicity, if we want to get back to that, the synchronicity brings us there. That doesn't mean that it's all peace and a piece of cake.
No,
Oh
no.
no, you get to bridge a lot of depths, of a lot of yeah,
Yeah.
things in
Ups
your
and
life,
downs
ups
and
and downs, and
yeah,
then keep trusting that this is your pathway.
yeah.
And if you're on a crossroad, where are you? The celestial beloved, the
Yeah.
celestial
Promises. The
promises.
Celestial promises, yeah.
Yeah, that was also a book that helped me. I think 29 years ago, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Then I thought, wow, yeah. So I remember we had a holiday with our children in Spain, and I wanted, where are we going to have a lunch or dinner or whatever.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, what would I like? So I imagined in myself, what am I looking for? That was in that celestial promise.
Yeah.
You
Yeah. Yeah.
mind. What are you
What are
looking
you
for?
looking for? Yeah.
Okay, this is what I'm looking for. And I wasn't talking to my husband, because he wouldn't have understood that part.
Anyways, yeah.
Maybe now, yeah, he gets me now, but
But
okay, that's it. It's also something we women really have to stay true to ourselves. Yeah,
yeah.
that's why I'm sharing also in this podcast, to help the women to inspire, to get
Yeah.
back to your own energy and frequency and divine feminine
Yeah,
part.
because it's so easy to mold yourself into what our husbands, partners, fathers want us to be,
Literacy,
children,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
employers, and yeah,
We really need to gather. But so that then I was just what I had been reading. I thought I understood why I understood that part. So I thought, okay, show me where the restaurant is. And whoop, there it was, the road I needed to take. And there were all those small, in Spain, in those villages,
Yeah.
there are small roads. And one just lit up. And I said to my husband, we're going in there. I said, no, let's go there. I said, no, we're going in there. Then we turned right. And the light was just showing me where to go.
Where to go.
And then I found a beautiful crystal. My first.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And we had a good lunch.
Yeah.
But I
On
found my
top
crystal.
of that. But the crystal is more important.
Crystal.
Yeah.
And that's the synchronicity too.
Yeah,
the same
exactly.
with Mary Magdalene. I didn't know where I was going to, but I was going to let the light lead me.
Yeah.
And I wanted to have a wonderful experience.
Yeah. Well, you got one.
I don't remember it.
Oh, that's really, yeah. It's you get me goosebumps all over.
It just builds up and it builds up and you get strong and it goes quicker.
Yeah, exactly.
Quicker and then you start your day. Okay, you wake up and what is the most highly divine experience I can have today?
Yeah.
Show me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
that's
it starts
important.
storming and raining. You go up, and you think this is not
no.
most wonderful. And then the dog does something so funny in the rain.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great experience.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
so
that is true.
Thinks of something else. Our mind thinks of really,
yeah.
That's also.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is good. I do still want to come back to the picture behind you. I love dragons and the dragon energy.
Yeah.
Lately I'm so much more into dragons. So maybe it's so, yeah, it's nice that you had the dragon painting behind you and I see the dragon in it. So it is there.
And did you know that I did dragon stories already on Facebook and Instagram?
Yeah, well, I saw that pass by and I was like, oh, see, dragon again. Yeah. And actually, that was one of the reasons why I thought, okay, I have to talk to Monica. It's all the things that you do.
The septari egg.
Wow. That is beautiful. Yeah. How did you get that?
Well, synchronicity. I went to, we have a holiday home in Giethoorn. And there are a few, what is groothandel in English? A few stores for...
Yeah, a wholesaler.
Wholesaler, yeah. There are a few there. And my sister-in-law, Monique Koelbrugge, she is the stone whisperer. And she asked me, could you go there? Because it would be a long drive for her. Are you there? And could you go there and see for me this and this and this stone or crystal?
Yeah.
So I said, yeah, I'd love to do that for you. So I went there. And then I was attracted to the septari eggs. There were a few. So I sent her, and that's the nice also of the phone that you can do. You can point what you want. And so I sent her pictures. She said, they have septari eggs again. And I touched it and it needed to go with me. I just felt it all happening.
Yeah.
And then that night, my dragon stories started.
Wow.
Showing the stories and I was typing all night and I was telling my stories. But that's another story, okay?
Yeah. Let's do a monthly podcast. With just you. Next time we'll go for the dragon stories. Oh, you're amazing.
Yeah, I'd love to. There's so much to share. And also my book, I wrote the cliffhanging. It's Dutch.
Yeah.
But that's all about the disease, the multiple myeloma I got. And that's also when I shut off Mary.
Yeah.
My DNA changed and I got this very heavy disease breaking down my bones and my back broke. That's 9 years ago.
Yeah.
And through listening to my heart, through using those stepping stones, through using the synchronicity, to really listen to my guides, I wanted to just like I told about the lady in the States that needed the protection, I wanted to heal myself in a holistic way.
Yeah.
You know what my guide showed me? I needed to do the most heavy chemotherapy there is on earth.
Really?
I did.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I've learned so much about that. And I wrote my book. I've you know, and then when I went many times to the hospital, 60, I don't know.
Yeah.
More than a year. And every time I went to the hospital, I would ask my guides to lead me to the right people, and I would ask the right questions to the people next to me in the beds, and I had the most beautiful conversations and the most beautiful connections, and
yeah,
it's been a golden year. My most
can you imagine that? Most
yeah.
people would say, "Oh my gosh, it was horrible. It was heavy. It was."
Oh, it was.
Ugh,
It was.
it broke me,
Physical was,
or
and also, but I really and that's yeah. I started. I love to write, so I started my mail. People were asking me how did it go the first time, so I started
yeah.
the mail, and and then from that mail I made my book. That's also another story. Yeah, but you wanted to see the painting. I'll get
Yes.
into. That's also something. To do this, I need a better microphone and another.
Wow. I love the colors. It's so beautiful.
Now the dragon shows something else.
That's also amazing, huh? That when you turn it, it all of a sudden is something else. Oh, wow. You know,
Yeah.
if you look at, can you turn it back again? Like you had just now? Yeah, that one. You know, now it looks like a caterpillar hanging from a tree branch.
Yeah. Ready for transformation.
Yeah, exactly.
Ready to become that butterfly.
Exactly.
Wow.
Or a dragon.
Being infused by the dragon.
Yeah.
So your dragon stories also want to come out. Connect with your dragon. Where's my dragon?
There's your dragon. Oh, oh wow.
See how it's holding the caterpillar.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't see the caterpillar in it. I saw the seeds.
Ah, yeah.
Back full of cosmic seeds ready to loosen. Yeah.
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 Wow. Amazing.
And also in the group, I am in more groups with Sigrid. There are quite a few women also very in tune with the dragons and the dragon energy.
Yeah.
We share that too. And it's also connected with Mary Magdalene.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
See, there she is again.
There she is again. Yeah. Yeah. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You do great work.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for seeing. And thank you for sharing. And you are doing the same. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. You know, I want to help as many people as possible to shine their light, to see who they truly are, and to go back to their core, and because that's, especially in this time, I think it's very important. And sorry, man, but I think that the women are the ones that need to step up in that sense and carry all of us to that point that we can evolve to the next level.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And more women all over the world, in all countries, are standing up and realizing their task.
Beautiful, huh?
Yeah. That really makes me very happy.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So let's finish off on that note for this podcast. If people want to know more about you or want to reach you, where can they reach you or connect with you? What's the
They can connect through my website, www.atelierinnercolors.nl. Are you putting that in the?
I'll put the link in the descriptions as
and
well.
Also in the Atelier Innercolors Facebook, I have my page there, and so through the messenger can send me a personal
message.
PB.
Yeah, direct message or
yeah, and also on Instagram, Monica Innercolors. It's on Instagram. Okay. I had a few names, but I did something wrong, so now it's Monica Innercolors on Instagram instead of Atelier Innercolors on Instagram. But you'll find me.
The Innercolors is the.
Yeah, you can reach out to me if you have any questions or you want to know more or you want to. I can do also the Zoom, the calibration. Wherever you live, I can do calibration, and then I do it on paper. I do the painting on paper, and I send it over. Yeah.
Super.
And if you want to do a calibration live, then yeah, I do a.
Thank you for being my. Thank you for being my guest, Monica. And I'll be talking to you more because I do want to have the 3 episodes, and who knows, you've got so many stories. Maybe more.
I didn't finish Mary Magdalene yet. I still have a lot to tell about the calibration. And,
exactly.
I sure do have more to tell.
Exactly. So, super.
I'll be willing to talk again if you
I'd love to.
Yeah.
So for now, thank you for viewing this video, listening to the podcast. Like, follow, share, whatever. Put your comments down below. You can reach me as well. I'll put my link in the descriptions, or in the descriptions. And stay tuned for the next podcast. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Erna. Bye, all.